Let's get the score out of the way. This is the easiest 10 out of 10 I have given in a very long time. What happens when a group of talented people pour genuine love for the craft of filmmaking and a desire to make a
generational masterpiece,
and then enhance that project with tremendous heart and charm that can be felt in every element? You get Project Hail Mary.
I'm not an astronaut.
Now, at the center of the film lies the companionship between Grace and Rocky, and I know many people were already familiar with the nature of their relationship either through the books or the trailer. Within the vacuum, within the movie itself, Hail Mary doesn't immediately foreshadow what kind of relationship they'll have. It starts off almost like a mystery horror, and there's plenty of build-up to their camaraderie. Now that, plus the characterization of Grace and Rocky, plus the runtime which gives everything time to cook, plus the writing which smartly avoids tropes and cliches, as a result of all of that, their companionship progresses in a way that feels surprisingly natural. So when the emotional moments are supposed to hit, they do, and they hit hard.
You are the only scientist.
Now, there is a parallel story happening on Earth whose purpose is to give us more context and background, but more importantly, it is to help us understand who Grace is as a person, or was. Difficult to explain this without spoilers, but him waking up with most of his memory gone allows him to almost unknowingly undergo a journey of fundamental transformation, in Jungian or Petersonian terms of slaying his inner dragon. He essentially becomes the fool archetype. Now that, and pretty much the whole movie, strongly play into the themes of faith, hope, and redemption. Names like Grace and Hail Mary are there purposefully, and at its heart it is a very Christian movie similar to Lord of the Rings. In fact, Hail Mary injects raw feelings of faith and hope into you, the audience, and it serves as a beautiful antidote to the demoralizing and morally grey tropes of much of the modern media. Now, in contrast to the space story, the Earth plotline gravitates towards melancholy, which is where I appreciated Hail Mary's lack of tonal dissonance, or bathos for you art nerds. The film juggles a lot of tones, but it skillfully flows from one to another based on what the story requires. It avoids that common pitfall where the director is a one-trick pony who can only do one thing, so he pigeonholes his film into it, thus undercutting serious moments.
I need you to come with us.
The editing has a particular style which is guided, propelled by music. Speaking of which, that beautiful soundtrack has such a prominent role that it's pretty much a character in and of itself, like credits, cast, Ryan Gosling, Grace. The soundtrack, Daniel Pemberton. I love me a movie where the soundtrack isn't used as a backdrop or treated as a necessity, but rather as one of the methods for storytelling. The best kind of editing uses music as a binding agent for everything else, and Hail Mary executes that masterfully. Now you throw in some stunning visuals and cinematography, and you've got yourself that classic traditional cinema experience that we all know and love. I don't care if you have to fly 5 hours to the nearest IMAX, you have to see Hail Mary on the biggest screen you can find. Trust me, it is worth every cent. Now, all of what I just talked about resulted in Hail Mary being the first movie in, I think, a decade that legitimately made me cry. There's a particular scene with Rocky, and I think you know what it is. I was sobbing like a I mean, if you don't tear up at least once during Hail Mary, I'm sorry, you don't have a soul. You just don't. And it's very age appropriate. You can take your 7-year-old kid or 70-year-old grandma to it. Everyone's gonna have a good time. Overall, man, I cannot sing enough praises for this. Everything in Hail Mary comes together in a beautiful way, and believe me, I'm more than happy to see it overperforming in the box office. Hell yeah!